We're here today with Loyola student and 2016 Olympian, Natalie McGiffert. All right, so Natalie, thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, of course.
So we were just wondering, how did your adolescence kind of differ from like a normal childhood adolescence? Because we know that with being an Olympian, you have to dedicate a lot of your time to training.
So I grew up in California, and I trained every day. I got out of school at 12:30, and then right after I got out of school, I'd drive over to my gym that was about an hour away, and I'd train there until 10, and then go home, which is about an hour away, get home, do homework, do it all again, go back to school. So it was definitely like a lot of compensation of like schoolwork and training, but it worked out. And then I moved here about 4 years ago to join the national team, and I went to school at Gilbert North, and I did like a normal school day minus PE because I had so many hours of training and traveling, and about every school year I'd miss like 2 months of school. So.
And did it like differ your days? Like were your days shorter than average student's day, or?
No, my days were the same amount of hours for every student, but I would go straight from the school to gym and train.
So how did you balance like the whole applying for colleges, touring colleges, like while being a full-time athlete and a full-time student?
Well, I actually took a gap year. I graduated in 2015, and when I took a gap year, I was planning on applying to schools in fall, in fall for spring semester rather than for fall semester. And then my boyfriend convinced me to apply to one school that I really liked, which was Loyola, and just like a practice application to see how I would do it. And then I got accepted, and I figured it was better for me to start school in a fall semester than a spring semester. So I started within 48 hours of me finishing competing.
Wow, yeah. That's a lot. So now you're here, you're at Loyola. How did that transition go, like from being a full-time athlete to being a full-time student? Because I take it you're not competing anymore, right?
No, I don't compete anymore. It's very strange for me.
Yeah.
I'm used to like spending my entire day at the gym. Like I train 2 practices a day, almost every day of the week for an entire year when I normally would be at school. So that was extremely different from being in classes all day and studying and everything like that, and balancing everything, studying and social time, because I've never actually had like the social experience of high school, like hanging out with friends after school or doing clubs. So I think I went to 2 football games my entire high school career.
Wow.
So
crazy. That's fair. So it's definitely different from like the average student, you know, like life that they had outside of their academic career. So speaking of friends, teammates, like how do you still keep in contact with your teammates? How was your whole situation and the camaraderie between your teammates?
My teammates and I are like absolute best friends. They're definitely like family, like more than family. I spent every day with them for like 4 years. So.
Are they going to school as well, or?
One of my teammates goes to school here.
Okay.
She's basically a sophomore. Her name's Alyssa Cano. And then 4 of my teammates are on tour right now for the Kellogg's Tour of Champions, which Alyssa and I are supposed to be on, but we declined the offer so we could start school.
So we're all curious to know like about Rio. Can you just like tell us about the experience a little bit? And like it's so interesting to hear it from a person who was like actually there, right, instead of reading it.
I mean, it was definitely way different than anything I could have imagined. Like being surrounded by every athlete that's like mainstream in their country is so incredible.
Did you meet a lot of U.S. athletes?
I did, yeah. I met a ton. I met like David Budaya, a bunch of divers, men's artistic team, women's artistic team, snowboard, of course.
Oh, that's awesome. And so there was like, clearly during that time there was a lot of stuff going, a lot of like hearsay going on about like the village, the Olympic village, and like the lack of clean water and like all that stuff. So like how did you guys deal with that? Just was it?
I heard some pretty scary stories about other buildings, but the USA building was extremely nice. They hired all their own staff. They had all the resources you could need. If you needed something else, they would immediately go get it for you. They had 24-hour staff with like willing to help, so it wasn't a problem in the USA House. So.
What was like your schedule like during Rio? I bet it was just non-stop packed.
Yeah, I mean, we're the last event to compete, so we didn't really get to watch any other events because people would ask me like, oh, what events do you get to go see on your off time? We didn't really have off time. We had 2 practices a day normally, and in the time that we weren't training, we had physical therapy scheduled for us, and working on like recovery and preparation, and obviously getting to bed early because we had to wake up every morning at like 6:30.
Yeah, okay. So just a lot of work. So at Loyola, you're a freshman now. How are you with other things besides rhythmic gymnastics? Are you like involved in anything else or looking to get involved, or like what is catching your eye here?
I'm not involved in anything right now. Mostly just like figuring out how to balance schoolwork and like figuring out when I need to study and keeping up with everything. So I think I'll like get into things second semester, or maybe even next year.
Yeah. Good. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for meeting with us today. It was so nice to get to know you and your story.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So check out Natalie's competition pictures and send us your comments. Tag us at McGiffert2 on Instagram and Twitter.